Hey guys, so I know I haven't done a video in a while, but today's video is actually going to be a movie review, first time in a long time. I think the last one I did was the first Hunger Games. So today's movie review is actually going to be on a Marvel movie. So this is my first Marvel movie review, and that is going to be on Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Now I did see this back in April, and that was the first time. Well, it's playing at the Cheapy Theater now, or the Dollar Theater, whatever you want to call it, and I saw it a second time. And this is actually the only superhero movie I've seen twice in theaters. So that means I really liked it. And I did. It was such a good movie. It was amazing. I think, in my opinion, it is the best superhero movie so far. I mean, I know for sure Avengers 2 will topple it. But this was so good. It was very sophisticated in its storytelling. The action was well done. The acting was everything was just on par, superb. I mean, the Disney Marvel team knew what they were doing. Disney, when they put Kevin Feige in charge, when they bought Marvel, he knows what he's doing when he hires the people he wants for these movies. Like when he picked these directors, he did a good job. Or, him and other people. He's the only one I know by name, sorry. He's like in the news a lot. But anyways, let's get started with the story. The story was amazing. It was very political. So it was a political thriller action, it was a political thriller in a superhero movie. Like, you don't find that in superhero movies. It was amazing. It really talks about, issues that are going on right now in our own politics today. Relevant stuff that makes you think, well, that's right. When Captain America says about the helicarriers with all the guns and everything, and Nick Fury says we're going to eliminate a lot of threats before it even happens. And Captain America goes, this isn't freedom, this is fear. And he's absolutely right. It's not. It used to be, he says, you have to commit the crime before you can be punished for it. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it makes you think about things, like Hydra says that they were waiting until people cared more about their own safety than freedom. It was just amazing. It really was. It makes you think about certain things. Like the Winter Soldier himself is an assassin that was used to shape the world into what Hydra wanted. It makes you question, like, what things under the name of S.H.I.E.L.D., because Hydra infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D., what happened? Was it really for freedom? Was this the proper way to do it? You should think about what is the government doing, because there's a senator in the movie who was part of Hydra. Makes you start questioning the leaders, like what they're doing with our government and how they're running the country. And you can't help but, think, you start questioning your own government, right? And a lot of people do. People on both parties, Democrat or Republican, question our leaders, right? And so it is very relevant themes in the movie, and it was amazing. It was so well done. And I really like a shout out to what they did for veterans, war veterans, because the Falcon in the movie, first black superhero, what? I love it. I'm so glad he was in the movie. Was a veteran, and he, it was so realistic portrayal of them. They did such a good job portraying veterans. It was really good. How it's hard for them to come back into society, particularly ones that maybe were involved in, Iraq, the Gulf War, and things like that. I really like that. And I like how he uses his experience to be a mentor for those that have just come back. It's really good. It's a really good movie. Really well done. for the story. Let's get on to the acting. Now, I know some people don't like Chris Evans because, as Captain America, because he played the Human Torch. He's a way better Captain America. I'm gonna say this, and this movie really lets him prove it, because he's not, they did a really good job writing his character, and he did a good job being that character as well. He just did it well. And I really like that, I don't know if he does his own stunts, but if he did, he does an amazing job of that. But I personally like him better as Captain America than the Human Torch. It fits him better, and he does a better job with it. And you can tell he likes being Captain America more too. And it shows on the screen. Okay, so next will be Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson, a lot of people weren't too thrilled with her, because I guess she doesn't have a lot of fans, but she was amazing. Well-developed female character right there in Black Widow. And one of the few in a superhero movie, in my opinion. Because, let's see, in the X-Men movies, they're okay. They don't have a chance to develop because Wolverine pretty much owns that franchise. It's all about Wolverine. None of the other characters get a fair chance. The only ones that do are probably Xavier and Magneto, and that's it. But a female character, forget it. Fantastic Four, Sue Storm in those first two movies, terrible. But Black Widow is a well-developed female character in superhero movies. Because the only one I can think of that is as good as her is Catwoman in Batman Returns. The second Batman movie that came out in the 90s. It's 90s. The Tim Burton one. That was the only one I can think of. But she's really good. Scarlett Johansson nailed it. I mean, I want a Black Widow movie now. I want one. Marvel needs to give me one, for sure. Okay, so moving on to the Falcon. Speaking of Black Widow, I want my Falcon movie too. Because he was amazing. Black Panther was the first black superhero.